Unit 2, Learning Target Number 4. Use inverse operations to solve one-step multiplication equations. Solving multiplication problems is very similar to solving addition and subtraction equations. We'll follow the same three rules that we used before. First, we'll get x all by itself. Then, to do that, we'll use inverse operations. And when we're done, whatever you do to one side, you have to do that to the other. Now, looking at 4x. 4x is the same thing as 4 times x. What is the inverse of multiplication? The inverse of multiplication is, of course, division. So we're going to have to divide by 4 to get rid of our x. Well, let's see what happens when we do that. 4x divided by 4 is 1, because any number divided by itself is 1, right? So 2 divided by 2 is 1, 12 divided by 12 is 1. Any number divided by itself is 1. Now, that leaves us with 1 times x. 1 times x is equal to just x. So 1 times x is equal to just x. That leaves us with x down here at the bottom. Let's take a look at our next step. We managed to get x all by itself. The problem is, just like before, once we've got x all by itself, it doesn't balance anymore. 4x was equal to 32. X is not equal to 32. So we have to use our third rule. Whatever we do to one side, we have to do to the other side as well. Here we have that process. Since we divided this side by 4, we're also going to divide the right side by 4. 32 divided by 4 is equal to 8, which leaves us with x is equal to 8, and our equation is balanced again. Then we want to just check our answers. So we substitute 8 in for x. 4 times 8 equal to 32, and yes, we know that 4 times 8 is equal to 32, so we have the correct answer. Let's use our multiplication equations to solve for x. In this problem, we want to know what x is. Just like always, we want to find out what x is, so we use our three steps. One, we want to get x all by itself, and to do that, we have to use the inverse operation. This is 5 times x. The inverse of that is division, so we'll divide by 5. 5 divided by 5 is just 1, so 1 times x is equal to x. Then, we have to do our third step. We got x by itself. We used our inverse operations. Now, whatever we did to the left side, divide by 5, we also have to do to the right side. 45 divided by 5 is 9. Let's check our answer. 5 times x, and we'll replace x with 9. 5 times 9 is equal to 45. And of course, 9 times 5 is 45. So we know that we have the right answer. Down here, we have 9 times x is equal to 54. Once again, we're finding x. We get x all by itself by using inverse operations. The inverse of multiplication is division. We divide 9 by 9, which gives us 1x, which is just x. And whatever we did to the left side, we do to the right side. So we divide that by 9, and we get 6. Then we check our answer. 9 times x, which is 6, gives us 54. 9 times 6 is 54, and that gives us the correct answer. Now let's do some problem solving using multiplication equations. Everyone received 2 cookies at your class party. If the teacher gave away 46 cookies, how many people were in your class? So we know everyone received 2 cookies, and we know the teacher gave away 46 of them. What we want to know is how many people were in your class. So each person got 2 cookies. Each person, we don't know how many there are, so I'll just draw 4. If each person got 2 cookies, 2 here, 2 here, 2 here, and 2 here, you would get 8. That is a clear example of multiplication. So we want to know 2 times how many people. 2 times how many people gives us 46 cookies, as that's how many we need. Teacher gave away 46. We want to know how many people, so we'll replace that question mark with an x, and that will be our equation. 2 times what gives us 46 cookies? Let's solve the equation. Once again, we find the inverse of multiplication, which is division. We divide by that number to give us 1, which is 1x, or just x. Whatever we do to the left side, we do to the right side. 46 divided by 2 is what? It's 23. And we will check our answer. 2 times 23, and is that equal to 46? 2 times 3 is 6, 2 times 2 is 4. Yes, it is, and we have the correct answer.